everybody. Thanks for watching. My name is Chris. Let's talk about football. On Thursdays, I'd like to talk about several things, the first of which I thought we could talk about a wide receiver prospect and look at some film, somebody I like and somebody who I mentioned on my fantasy football podcast. What's that, you say? Yes, I have a fantasy football podcast. It's Monday through Friday, an hour every day. It's quite a lot of work and it's quite a lot of fun. It has its own little subculture. We call it the Yacht Club. You can find out more at harrisfootball.com. Good for your commute or maybe when you're working out. Just in case you found me on YouTube, I do, in fact, also have a podcast. So the rookie wide receiver in question, Dante Pettis of the 49ers. And now the 49ers offense is not something that I particularly want to own a piece of headed to my fantasy playoffs. So I'm not so much talking about December, I'm more talking about what I've seen on film about Pettis maybe for 2019. And this past game against Tampa Bay was pretty good. He scored a touchdown, had 4 receptions. I'm going to show you some plays from it. And who knows, next year maybe the quarterback situation's better with Garoppolo and potentially there's more fantasy value to be had. Let's take a look at what it looked like Sunday against Tampa. We'll just go through his film against the Buccaneers play-by-play. This was his first target on the 49ers' first possession, obviously incomplete, but I want to pay attention to the kid's route running. That's going to be the key here. You can see him run a shallow cross, and at the line, give a couple quick stutters, quickly flattening out the route to get the bit of separation that he needs. He's open. It's just a poor Nick Mullins throw. Hey, a quick break to say thank you to our sponsor this week. It's Quip, the makers of my new electric toothbrush. A really great stocking stuffer, promotes better oral hygiene. I can turn it on for you just by pushing this button. You can hear that. It's fantastic, and the great thing about Quip is that this is all it is. You don't have to plug it in. It's just this. The charger's built into the head. When you replace the head, you replace the charger. And if you click on the link below me in the show notes, or go to getquip.com/harrisvideo, that'll take you over to Quip, and they will give you a coupon that will get you your first recharge, your first replacement, for free. They've been a fantastic sponsor. It really would be a good stocking stuffer now that I think about it. And actually, it really helps if you've been on the fence. It helps our show if you support the sponsors. It helps them prove to themselves that coming back and sponsoring again makes some sense. So if you're looking for a way to say thanks to our show, that would be a fantastic way to do it. We really appreciate Quip for all their support. Let's get back to the show. Okay, let's get back into it with Dante Pettis. And I guess we can get to the best stuff next because it came next in this game. This is Pettis' touchdown. Okay, he scored a touchdown. Cool, people score touchdowns. But I want to go back and look at the route. This is a crazy great move for a young kid. And for me, it paints him as a clear technician. The person whose routes this reminds me of most, and I've showed him to you on this very channel, Keenan Allen. Now, I think Allen is the best route runner in the game, and so that's too lofty a comparison. But Allen came into the league being able to get open just like this, and when DBs just fall down in the first couple steps trying to stay with you, that's really good. Here's a completion over the middle. Okay, ho-hum. He's wide open. Great, people get wide open. We'll take 25 yards. Did he do anything special to get open? Well, if we go back and watch it again, we'll see him get to the top of his route and give the stutter. That's zone coverage that turns into man because Pettis comes into the defensive back's area. And that stutter is so sudden, it has the corner continuing to backpedal. And yeah, that's how you get open on a cross down the field in the NFL. Can Pettis run the comeback route? I think you know I'm showing you this play. I believe that he can. We'll show it to you again from high up, and we'll circle him for you. He's right there. He's the split end at the bottom of your screen. And watch him run the comeback. He presses the safety, makes it look for a split second like he's going to the corner, and then just stops. Kid gets open. And then just for fun, we'll show you this one. He makes a catch. The score is out of control by this point, but he takes a hit, stays on his feet, extra effort. Not that big of a deal. I just like seeing him grind like this and try to make extra yards at all costs. Did I just invoke the name Keenan Allen? The beloved Keenan Allen? What am I thinking? I mean, honestly, I'm excited about Dante Pettis. I don't usually gush like this when I do these film futures, but I think Dante Pettis has a future as potentially number 1 receiver in the league. For the purposes of Dynasty, listen, I can't tell you what the 49er offense is going to be next year because it's going to change, and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back. And, I mean, Pierre Garçon, probably like a post-June 1st cut, but he's owed a lot of money. Marquise Goodwin will still be there. George Kittle will still be there. It sounds like it could be a functional offense, and if it is, I am not positive that Pettis is ready to be the number one receiver in that offense, but being open like that travels, being able to run routes like that travels. Really excited for your Dynasty League. Maybe see if you can get him on the cheap. I kind of wish he hadn't scored a touchdown last week because now people are paying more attention, but see if you can get him on the cheap in your Dynasty League. All right, well, let's take a look at the Week 13 point spreads. Another winning week last year, not glamorous, 7-6. I will take it. That's actually 9 winning weeks out of 12 this season, which I'm not saying I'm magical. I'm saying I might be a little lucky. As always, these are the spreads put out for the Vegas Super Contest every Tuesday. They change as the week goes along, but they're the odds that I'll play against. And for each game, you can see the line that I set for the game. So even if the actual line has changed by the time you're watching this, you can see which side of that new line that I would be on. The games marked there by asterisks are my Super Contest plays. I am not thrilled to be on the week's two biggest underdogs, the Cardinals and the Raiders. It felt like too many points to me, so we shall see. Okay, like we like to do, let's wrap up the week with 5 more things that I saw on film in the course of watching all the games from Week 12. Let's count them down. Okay, I'm showing you a few receiving plays out of the Broncos-Steelers game because there's a weird symmetry. First, this is Emmanuel Sanders being covered by Joe Hayden, split end, top of the screen. It's nothing fancy. Hayden's on him, he just runs right past him. Should be a touchdown, but Case Keenum just misses the throw. But let's come back to it. Exact same play. Single safety high again. Joe Hayden in coverage again. I'm going to go ahead and say Joe Hayden can't stick with Emmanuel Sanders anymore. It's the exact same play, not overthrown this time, and Sanders goes for 38 yards. Same game. First play of the second half. It's actually the same formation, that 2-by-1. JuJu Smith-Schuster is in the same spot as Sanders. He's singled up against Tremaine Brock. Out and up. He's gone. Roethlisberger just misses him. But what I found funny symmetry-wise is about 5 minutes later, on their own 3-yard line, same formation, 2-by-1 again. Smith-Schuster's the split end. This time he's singled up on Bradley Roby. It's not quite the same pass pattern because it's not an out and up, but it doesn't need to be. And this time, Big Ben nails the throw. It's just weird. It's like, here's Sanders, here's 2 plays. Oh, here's Smith-Schuster, here's 2 plays. The second time, you will make them. I wanted to show you this Kenyan Drake touchdown. Just a simple screen. That's a glorified handoff. Look at that guy go. I'm never going to tell you that he cuts better than every running back in the league, but his 0 to 60 acceleration, I mean, when he gets to the secondary, it looks like he's playing with middle school kids. That's untouched. And listen, Kenyan Drake has been a weird call of mine. I had him as my number 1 flag player, and he's RB15 in PPR leagues, but it has not been a great call because it has not been a smooth ride. He's not starting. He's not playing as much as we want. Basically, if he doesn't score a touchdown, he's not great for fantasy, but a play like this shows you why raw materials-wise, Kenyan Drake is so tempting. Well, this one's just goofy, and I don't watch a lot of NFL highlights, so maybe it's already been seen by everybody, but I didn't realize Chris Carson is Spider-Man. Tacklers are starting to get hip to the whole jumping over people thing, and here Eric Reed is the tackler, and he aims high, and it flips Carson over, and he lands squarely on his feet and keeps running. I think his knee was actually down, but it's pretty fun. Chris Carson, not an elusive player. Apparently, he's got the proportionate strength of a spider. At number 2, I thought I'd quickly talk Josh Allen. In his good moments, you can clearly see what the Bills hope for. They hope he's Cam Newton. This throw winds up not counting because of an illegal hands to the face penalty, but it's an incredible dart on 3rd and 15. The fact that you might have a quarterback with an arm strong enough to throw it 30 yards and never have it go higher than probably 7 feet off the ground, I mean, that is Cam Newton. And of course, this is Cam Newton too. A called quarterback draw in the red zone. Just start rumbling. Too strong to be ankle tackled, make a cut, get to the goal line, take a direct shot from a 225-pound linebacker, and still dive and drive into the end zone. I obviously have a lot of doubt that Allen is definitely Newton. Newton had a great rookie year throwing the ball, albeit two way better weapons. But if this thing's gonna go right, that's the model. Okay, and lastly, how about more symmetry? First, G. You think I like showing you Joe Mixon film? This play, Buddy Calhoun there is on a stunt. He is untouched coming into the backfield, unblocked, and that's okay. Mixon will account for him. He gets by him untouched. Look at that dead leg. You think there's not a little stop foot, go foot going on there? The acceleration out of the cut, not losing speed, makes the defensive back fall down, and Joe Mixon is 6'1 and 220 pounds. But he ain't as big as Leonard Fournette, and watch what Fournette does in the same situation. It's sort of the slow motion version of the same thing. Jordan Poyer, this time off the edge, also completely untouched by blocking hands, and you can see, well, that is a much slower evasion, but it's an evasion, it's a lumbering evasion, but Fournette is so big and strong, I mean, Poyer does lay an arm on him here, but he just laughs and keeps going. I guess my point is, there's more than one way to get it done, more than one way to be a pretty darn good running back in the NFL. And that is it for us for this week. Remember, you can check out updated ranks all through the weekend at harrisfootball.com. Enjoy the Week 13 games, and we will see you right back here on Monday. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.